made on the preceding.
The following program contains views that are not those of WVTC, iNetworks Communications, their subsidiaries, affiliates, or financial supporters.
Go to your Apple or Google Play Store and download the WVTC Gospel Radio app today. You can also say, Alexa, play WVTC Radio Skills.
Would you like to play WVTC Radio Network?
Absolutely. Download it today.
WVTC Radio. Sit back and relax. Tune in. It's your boy. It's the Good News with Elder Miller, where we bring light to darkness. Come on in and enjoy this show. We got a nice one for you today. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How y'all doing? It's your boy, the Good News with Elder Miller. We are in the building today. First and foremost, I just want to say thank you all. We're here for another Monday and a great show. We got a lot going on for you all today. You all, I'm telling you, you sit back, let somebody know, tag, share, let people know that the Good News with Elder Miller is on, and we got a lot of great information for you guys today. I want to thank my co-host here, Jilly from Philly, holding it down for the last couple of weeks. Your boy got stuck on the road. Y'all know how I do it, but I always have a great person to step in and take over. You know, whenever I'm not here, I leave the show in good hands. So y'all know how we rock and roll around here. So we're grateful for that. Good evening, good evening, good evening for you all that are checking in. Please tag and share. Let somebody else know that the Good News with Elder Miller is on. We have a lot of great information for you all. You know, we've been bringing you all the greatest entrepreneurs this side of heaven. And we have another one here today with us. And I'm going to allow Jilly from Philly, because it's her family, I'm going to allow her to run the show today and do what she do. But as y'all already know, we got to start off each and every show with the word of God before we move another further. Y'all know our favorite scripture is Luke 14, verse 23 says, and the Lord said unto the servants, go out into the highways, the hedgeways, and compel them that they may come into the house so that it may be filled. And you already people know what that really means. That means that we taking the word of God wherever we go. Guess what? Without a test, there won't be no testimonies. So in the end of the day, tell somebody about it, because whatever you're going through, you can always be able to hope someone, because y'all know that here, our tagline at the Good News with Elder Miller, we're not here to help you. We're here to hope you, because help is temporary, but hope is eternal. So that's what we're here about. And before we move another further, you all, we want to be grateful and thankful for the best engineer this side of heaven, our engineer, Devon. Give it up for him. He always makes us look good. We can't do this without him, so we're very grateful for him. And we're also grateful for our guest that we have on today. Like I said, I'm going to have Jill to do that and bring her in shortly. But I want to just tell you all that, man, just how good God has been, you all. Today, I started my day at 2 o'clock, and I saw, matter of fact, I don't know, I know it made the news, right on 57, right around 111-ish or so, about 2 a.m. when I was going down 57, I saw a really bad accident, and it was a fatality. I don't know how many people or what, but man, I'm praying for that family, because I'm telling you, that car didn't look like a car. That's how bad it was. And every airbag that was in that car, that could have been in that car, deployed. And it literally was, man, it was demolished. It was mingled. It was demolished. But I want to pray for that family of whoever was in there and whatever took place. I know that was a fatality. So we want to be mindful. I tell people all the time, man, we really have to be cognizant of the time that we have here on this earth, because I think a lot of people think that they have a lot of time, and that's not on our side anymore, because you can be here 1 minute and gone next. So be grateful and show your family and your friends some love, man. Yeah. At the end of the day, man, you know what I'm saying? Get past the hurt and the pain and everything like that, and forgive. Because at the end of the day, if Jesus didn't forgive us, where would we be at right now? So I just want to say, you know, like I said, this is the good news with Elder Miller. I'm not trying to dim nobody's spirit, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to tell you how you can uplift your spirit. Yeah. And that's to show somebody some love. I'm going to tell you something. The difference between doing a very good deed and doing something with the love of Christ is when you can go love on somebody and you know they got hell in them. Man, you can love the hell out of them. There you go. Right? Yeah. And the bottom line is that if you can love them and when they're unlovable, that says a lot about your character and what. And a lot of times, God always puts stuff in your heart to go do stuff that's hard, rather than it be easy. That's not easy for you to do, that's right? Yeah. And that's one of the main things that we have to do. That's how we show that we got a relationship with God. When he tell us to go do the hard things, will we really do it? Will we go do, you know what I'm saying? When we go talk to the person that we know that's been talking about us, you know, or the person that knew I was struggling and they knew they could help me, but they didn't at that time. And God had told you to go talk to them, or even, you know, lend a hand to them. Be nice to them. Yeah, be nice to them in spite of, right? Yeah. So we have to get past ourselves, because I tell people all the time, whenever you can continue to keep in it, you take God out of it. Right? Does that make sense? Because when we have a relationship with God, God is always going to challenge us to do something that we don't want to do. It's always going to be an uncomfortable situation. Yeah. That's how we know it was him, because guess what? I think it was very uncomfortable for him to go to the cross for our sins. Absolutely. Right? When he didn't do anything. So I'm always open. My heart is always open to people to forgive. That's right? And move on. That's part of my makeup. Right? So with that being said, Jill, I'm not going to take up on any more time. I am going to allow you to have your way and do what you do, and I'm going to sit back and have it. Right, absolutely. And for the record, you all, before I bring Jill in, she did sit down and roast your boy about his hands. Y'all know I'm a little rusty today. You know what I'm saying? I just got out the truck, so give a brother a break. So I did not roast him. I just want y'all to know it wasn't squad that roasted him about these crusted jokers. It was the professional. I did the professional. She came in and she didn't say it until we called it out. He asked for some LeSean. Right.
I just made an observation.
Right.
It comes with the, crab.
Right.
Yeah. Non-observation.
Right. For sure.
But fam, listen, tonight, we have the awesome privilege of having Cameron. Cam Cosmetics. Owner, CEO of a business that changes lives. Every time you touch somebody, you literally change their lives from the inside all the way out. And I know as a woman, there are some things that you can't trust with everybody.
Oh, come on now.
You cannot let everybody close to you in some personal spaces. So to have someone that's trusted, that is well educated, and that really values and honors the gift that God has given her, because she's very brilliant. She could be in corporate America right now, slaying in the corporate world, but the path that she's chosen to go down is it's a ministry. I know she may not want it, but our grandmothers were in the ministry, and they were excellent in what they did in terms of service. So shout out to my cousin Cameron here, because what you do and you do it well. I watch from a distance. My mother is her client. My daughter is her client. I haven't came over to the side, and it's not because I just haven't. If you know me, I don't make time for me. And so 2024 is the time that I'm going to do better at taking care of myself. I have to set aside time. Everybody says she's just so busy all the time. So you see me throwing on makeup, and I have to do better at my personal care and allow someone else to do it. I'm not giving my money to anybody else. It's me, doing something real quick and fast. But in You know, I believe God. My cousin and I were talking about we want husbands.
Mhm.
I want a husband. I want a do-over. Okay. But part of that, in terms of preparing yourself, is you have to take the time and take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
So how is he gonna appreciate me if I don't get me together?
Mhm.
So I gotta have some chats with my cousin personally,
Mhm.
beyond the show, so that I'm prepared for that season.
right, for sure.
But no, I want to introduce her because she is a licensed esthetician, and for those of you that don't know, that's the study of skincare, right? From the brother to the tutter.
Right. Okay.
And she is one of the I can't even explain it. You know, she's an MUA, and for those of you that may not know what that is that she is a makeup artist. Extraordinary. Her work is impeccable, and she is a digital creator. We were just talking about that, but it takes a lot of effort, craft, ingenuity to be able to put some of these reels together to capture people's imaginations. And a lot of times I just swipe right on through them. But literally, I watch hers over and over again because I'm always in awe of her creative content. So thank you for coming and joining us tonight.
I'm happy to be here.
Happy to be here. Now you can't be shy tonight. Now she is
look,
not shy.
You got a customer already.
She
Latrice.
is not shy. Hi, Latrice.
Hey,
How are
Latrice. Hey,
you?
sis. She says she needs your services.
All right.
See that?
Yes.
Look at that.
Yes.
Yeah, we got you, Latrice.
So if you catch her,
My
look her
cousin,
up on Instagram, and we have some of her information that we will make sure you guys get. And she has some awesome content. So you know how when you make an appointment, you just don't know what they can do.
Mm-hmm.
No, but she is well published out there so that you can see her work, and I want to promote her. I want to tell people all about her because the girl is just dang near flawless. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking
And
about.
so tonight's show, what we're talking about is to be or not to be, the entrepreneur's guide. And so, Elder Miller, you always, and I am hats off to you because you have a heart of gold. You don't mind giving. You share. And sometimes I wonder, Lord, can you just give him a super dose of blessings, because he'll give and they'll be like, hey, I ain't got no money left. And like, it's time. I don't know if there's 24 hours is enough time in the day for you to do what you do, because you'll find another hour just to get a promise done. Now your wife be at home like, Gerald, just go sit down. But I thank God for the opportunity for us to showcase entrepreneurs like my cousin. She's out there already, but we have a huge following in the gospel world, and y'all spend some money.
Yeah.
I was in a beauty supply store, and an Asian guy felt he was not. I'm trying to think what group of Asians, but he was a worker there in the store, Vietnamese or whatever, and he spoke very clear English, and he says, if I ever come back again in this world, I want to be a passer. I said, why? He said, because they must have a lot of money. I said, why? He said, because his wife is always in here buying hair. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, every event they buy new hair. They keep us open. And I'm like, oh, I got what he was saying. So we spend a lot of money, and they recognize it. We spend a lot of money on beauty.
But it's funny that you should say that, though, Jill. And the bottom line is that they won't spend money with us. But we spend a lot of money with them.
But we have to change that narrative.
Exactly.
We got to change that narrative.
Think about it. They come into our communities. When have you known them to go spend money with us?
True.
You know what I'm saying? They come into our communities, make that money, and they take their money back to their communities.
But we have
now, is that necessarily their fault?
No, it's not. But at the end of the day, we spend our money with them.
Yeah.
So that's the point that I'm making. We should be spending our money and then the thing about it too is being a business owner for a very long time. I used to have a lot of family members and friends would do this. They would come when we had the multiple car washes. They would come and they would say, man, can I get a discount? And I'm like, okay, well, yeah, you can get a discount as long when the 31st come around. You want to come help me pay for this rent, this $2,500 I got to pay, or the heat that I got to pay, or the supplies, or my employees.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but you'll pay your $25 at another car wash, but you want to come to your cousin's car wash because you know me and you want the hookup. So you know what I'm saying? I don't have
our community is notorious for doing that.
Oh,
we
absolutely.
know that, but we can't generalize everyone. There's some people who will pay top dollar within our community.
For sure. That's how I say
it. And so what we have to do, once you know better, you do better. So Black-owned support is imperative. And
this week, they had the Black
I would encourage entrepreneurs, those that want to have a beauty supply store. You're hearing it on the show. that
Do
you're
it.
needed. You're needed.
Do it. You need, absolutely.
You know, we don't just need to give our money away. We need to reinvest our money. But then at the same time, the Black owners need to reinvest back in their communities and stop going outside the country once they get their profit. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So we could talk about that all night long. But tonight, our entrepreneur's guide is really, you know, when you have this awesome gift. I remember when we were younger, I was a young mother. And I would often see Kim with her grandmother and granddad. I knew very early in life that she was going to be a boss lady because she bossed all the little kids around, and they listened. And highly intelligent, and she
That's
would
good
take no for an answer as a child. So as this beautiful, young, highly educated woman, she's still not taking no. So Kim, how does that work for you in this world?
Not saying no.
Yeah,
You know, I've just decided that I've come too far just to come this far.
absolutely.
That makes sense.
So, and then I'm not a quitter.
Yeah.
And I wish I could say that I just always believed in myself and I just knew it was gonna work out and I just stayed consistent and I just knew it was gonna pay off. I had no idea that it would work out or pay off, but I had made up in my mind that I had spent way too much money
Absolutely.
to not get a return on my investment.
Yeah.
So in 2020, I was actually teaching. I was a fourth grade teacher at Loomis Longwood. And I remember actually looking forward to spring break. I remember telling myself that, you know what, this makeup thing don't look like it's working out. And you got to grow up, Cam. And it's not Burger King. You can't have everything your way. And I remember like telling myself, like being in the car. I don't know about everybody else, but I know I will have conversations with myself in the car. Like I'll turn off the radio. I'll just be quiet and you're a truck driver. Maybe sometimes you turn off the radio and just drive and just think.
2 hours of my day.
And just think and just focus. I can remember being in the car, turn off the radio and telling myself that if I become a teacher for CPS and I can make, let's say, $70K a year, and I can try on the side, maybe with weddings and special occasions and events, do makeup and make about $20K a year. I remember telling myself at 25, Cam, that's $80K a year. That's not that bad. That's not what you wanted, but that's not a bad living. Like you can be all right. And just trying to wrap my mind around that. And I was going to use spring break to take tours at Chicago State, DePaul, at Roosevelt, and I was going to be a teacher. I was wrapping my mind around, okay, like this ain't what you wanted, but this you're doing good. Your classroom is doing well. You know, it'll be all right. And then COVID happened. A month later, my business blew up. And I realized my issue prior to COVID was exposure. You know, you can be the best hairstylist, you can be the best nail tech, you can be the best truck driver, you can be the best dog walker, but if don't nobody know it, it don't matter.
Right.
What is the point of being, you know, the world's best kept secret?
Right, exactly.
So
sound like Brandon.
Once COVID happened and all of basically everybody couldn't go anywhere. You couldn't go to the beauty salon. You couldn't go to the nail shop. They were looking for people like me with at-home setups in the daytime with a flashlight. And my business blew up. But I had decided even before COVID that I was going to keep trying to do makeup and aesthetics on the side at least until I got my initial return on my investment back.
Right.
I wasn't going to quit or even think about quitting until I at least paid off my student loans, because that was more student loans, go back to school for that. All this equipment I bought, all these products. I had just made up my mind I came too far to come too far, and I didn't care if it took me 5-6 years to make my money back. I was going to hang in there, and I'm glad I did.
I'm glad
that's a beautiful thing.
I'm glad I did.
And if I might add to that too, and that's one of the biggest things that people fail in business about. Like I said, I've been in business since I was 14 years old. So I learned that in the first 5 years of your business is when you're going to either make it or not, right? And people don't understand that the first 3 years is your building stage, right? And we don't factor in, for us, when you're coming out and you're starting a business, people don't factor in their salaries. People really don't think about that because you're so busy going and you don't think about paying yourself. And especially if it's a business where you have to have employees. So you don't think about that. For us, a lot of times we'll take our last to open the business, but we don't have any capital to sustain us. So it's either you're going to make it in the 3 years, right? Or you're going to fail. right? So within the first 5 years, actually, to be honest, I don't see a profit until after the 5th year, if that makes sense. Because now you're factored in your salary, your employee salary, your supplies, right? Your rent for a lot of us, because we renting or leasing a facility, right? So you know what I'm saying? This is things that you got to incorporate. So therefore, you're either gonna make it or you're not in the first 5 years.
Right.
And that's why I tell people all the time, make sure you got working capital, right? When you start these businesses, don't put your all, you know, they got a saying saying don't put all your eggs in one basket. And that's what a lot of times we do, because we don't think about the whatnots, the things that's gonna happen in business, you know, a pipe busting or somebody trying to sue you, talking about you scratched their car. You know, you don't think about those type of things, right? And insurance, you know, insurance was very high for a car wash at that time. So we have to, you know, like I say, in business, we have to keep those things at the front of our forefront. And I thank you for that, because, like I said, you pressed towards the mark, because you could have gave up.
Man.
You know, like a lot of businesses. Do you know how many businesses folded during COVID? I'm talking about big branded people. So you know, that's been in business years. So,
and unfortunately, their downfall was my come up. A lot of those salons, a lot of those like service-based industries,
right?
Them having to shut down allowed me to blow up and get the exposure I needed. And then I hate to say this, but George Floyd's murder blew up my business some more. I can remember just a flood of clients coming in saying to me, like, you know, I know you at home, I know you home based, but I don't care if you under a freeway. Right. I just want to support a Black woman in business.
Wow.
I got a lot of those. I can remember one
so you said it opened up the consciousness.
I remember one white lady, because I at the time I was working from home, and she was sitting on my front porch. And my mom called me and was like, there's a Caucasian. Right. And I was like, you know, hey, how you doing? She's like, yeah, I Ubered from Ukrainian Village. I just wanted to support a Black woman in business.
Wow, sweet.
We talked about what was going in the world. World. She was like, I saw you on social media. Somebody referred you to. But at that time, it was just it was really popular and really important for us to support each other during that time.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And that blew up my business even more.
Yeah.
And especially with client retention and referrals. I think people don't realize how much referrals can get you places. Yeah. People that they trust and they love and they respect, telling them, speaking highly about you to them. Yeah. Like that's really gonna get your foot in the door.
Well,
especially with social
that's
media.
Branding. Yeah. That's
the best branding. Your clients are your brand ambassadors.
Absolutely. I want to interject right here, because I know you got a good point. I want to just say this. This girl's genealogy just man, it just said boom. Her grandmother, oh my God, a woman of so much wisdom. And I had the awesome privilege of, sitting underneath her in the salon on 79th and Western.
It's still there.
And it's still there, over 40 years. And my aunt, had been in business with my grandmother. They separated when she moved further west. And my grandmother passed first, and then her grandmother passed thereafter. But that time that I spent with her, she was very strict with all of the girls in the shop, and in particular with her family. There were no days where you couldn't come to work. There were no excuses. When you were there, you had to be about your business. And if you didn't have clients, you hit the pavement. She made you go outside, put some cards in your hands, and get out there. They're not going to come to you. They're not going to call you. And hit the pavement. Go find you some customers. Go and fix your face up and fix your hair up, and so they know what they're getting. She just had a mad business, she has an attitude about her in a way. It's business savvy, kept some money, knew what to do with money.
For sure.
But the other thing that I just loved about my aunt is she would say, answer the phone while the phone is ringing. Answer it, make the money. Don't turn no money down. So when people had weddings on Saturdays, you didn't mean for her to come because she was about a client. She wasn't rescheduling any clients for weddings. She was going to hand you some money later on.
Right.
She valued her customer base. And she says, because they're my referrals. If my referrals don't refer me, I'm out of business. But I'm not getting out of business for no events.
Right.
And I said, woo. I kept that for a long time. And she said, if they want you there, they'll have it on Sunday.
Right.
And if not, oh well. But her business savvy, she would often tell me, she says, you're good at what you do.
Mm.
But there are people that can beat what you're doing. What's keeping those clients in your chair?
Right.
Is it just your hair, your hands? Because everybody can cut, everybody can curl.
Mm.
You have to have professionalism, and you have to be courteous and kind to make them want to come back, and
Absolutely.
stay with you. And her clients were like family. They literally lasted a lifetime.
Mhm.
Relationship building.
Yeah, for sure.
Relationship building. That's something when I get discouraged, my mother tells me, she'll be like, Cammy, you know, they're coming for you.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's hard to believe. I wouldn't say hard to believe, but you know, sometimes, especially with social media, me being a young person on social media and trying to content create, you can easily start comparing yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, for
Very
sure.
easy. Start comparing yourself. And
Yeah.
especially doing intimate services like Brazilian waxes and stuff like that. That's a relationship, man.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's a relationship.
Yeah,
That
for
is
sure.
a very tight
Sure.
relationship.
You don't let everybody do that.
Right.
Yeah, no, especially.
But it's relationship building. It's relationship building.
Touch my chest.
It's definitely that. It's relationship building. It's
Yeah.
And something else I've learned too. Like you said, how people will come to you, family will come to you, and they'll want discounts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A client will become a friend before a friend will become a client.
Say that one more time.
A client will
Yes,
become
please.
a friend
Mhm.
before a friend will become a client. I have several clients that I feel like we've kind of crossed the line to, like, you know, being friends.
We're family.
Right,
Your
yeah,
family.
yeah.
And we go to each other's events and we support each other.
Yeah,
And, you know, God forbid,
They become your village.
emergency or something happens,
Yeah.
they understand. And I can reschedule,
They
or
become
vice
your-
versa, or you know, we pass that threshold of just this is just being
Absolutely.
business.
Yeah, and
Relationship. It's relationship
very,
building.
very key in everything that you do.
And I've learned a lot of the young people that are in the service industry now. They treat the service industry like Uber and Lyft.
Yeah.
When you a Lyft driver,
She said it, Jesus.
when you a Lyft driver, and then my friend gave me this analogy. My friend, I can't even take credit for this. My
You better
friend,
preach.
Mickey Grace, gave me this analogy. She said these girls that do hair and do nails, they treat like Uber and Lyft.
Yep.
Just like she said when she was Uber driving, she said she just wanted a little extra money for nails or for a
Yes.
bill. She would keep doing it. But as soon as she decided, oh, I got enough money for this bill, I got enough money for my hair nails, she'll cancel rides and go on home.
Go home.
But see, the difference is the way that app works. That person can get another driver like that. You just can't get another hair appointment. You just can't get another nail appointment. But they treat the service industry like Uber and Lyft.
Yes.
And especially right now for estheticians, estheticians and also like personal trainers and probably massage therapists. This is a little bit of a slow season.
Yeah.
When it's cold outside, people don't really care about their leg hair. They ain't really vacationing like that. They don't care about that bikini wax.
But I do.
A lot of us, our skin gets drier in the wintertime, so we're not having that many breakouts.
So you need, but
So-
you still need to hydrate in the wintertime.
Right.
So,
Yeah,
So-
that's the time too.
You still need to hydrate. However, when it's the winter or when the economy is rough, personal trainers, massage therapists, and estheticians are the first to go.
the ladies that do body contouring, they're struggling right now.
Yeah,
They
they're
don't come
first to
in.
go.
One, the checks from the tax returns are gone.
Right.
And you know they're not getting the body contouring right now. So I have a client, a good girlfriend, and I said, so this is a season for you to do other product promotions to hold them over in your slow season. It's no different than a hairstylist in the summertime. I could lose all my clientele if they're in braids.
Right.
Yeah.
I had no reason to go see my girl. I see it when I need to see it.
Right.
I don't rock these little braids because it's hot outside. I mean, that's doable, but I have to have maintenance packages. I'll shampoo you and condition your hair before you get your braids. You still have to market. Maybe they need certain oils or whatever. So at the end of the day,
But I know I was just saying, Latrice's time. She's time.
So yeah, I love Latrice.
But that's when
Latrice, you gonna come on the show, girl.
That's when scaling your business and having a large clientele. That's for me. I've learned. Okay, I do facials, I do waxings. That's not really something people need, like nails or hair every 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Right,
So I'm seeing people probably once a month.
Yeah.
Right,
So
right.
I need a wide net.
You need.
I need a
it's the
lot
magic
of
line.
clients.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Also, I need to scale my business. So yesterday is when I recorded my online class.
Yeah.
So like I'm at the point now where I'm starting to see that, you know, it's only so many hours in the day. There's only, even if I'm booked to the brim, there's only so many people I can do. There's only so many private parts I can wax. Only so many. I still gotta eat. I still gotta sleep. I still want to have a life. Also, my father has passed away, so my mom is the only parent I have left. So I value time spending in a way I didn't before he passed.
Yeah.
So the way your wealth is going to come from products.
Yeah.
Your wealth is going to come from classes.
Yes.
Your wealth is going to come from all the ways you can make money without you physically having to do it.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm working on now. So when it comes to other service providers and stuff, I truly don't see any competition, because when you're competing for a prize. I want a different prize.
Right. Yes.
I want a different prize.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Say that.
A prize to me.
Hold that thought right now. We're going to go to a music break right now. We're going to listen to some song. And listen, I want to challenge you as you listen to this song. Invite, still time to invite someone. But I firmly believe, Cam just said it. What God has for you is for you. He has a blessing with your name on it, and we're going to listen. And we are going to believe that God, is opening up doors for Cammie just like he is for us, because it's not over as long as we got air in our lungs. Listen, we'll be right back.
Oh, yeah. You know what? You forgot. Once we get through with the song, then we got to go into Say It Ain't So.
Yeah, when we come back.
So stay tuned.
Makes no difference what you're going through. You're gonna make it. God's gonna see you through. Hold your head up. Put a smile on your face. This is another test. It won't last always. So get ready. Get ready for your blessing. For your blessing. Get ready. Get ready for your miracle. For your miracle. Get ready. Get ready for your blessing. For your blessing. Get ready. Get ready for your miracle. For your miracle. Listen, I know you've been hurting down inside. Let me encourage you. It's gonna be alright. Troubles and trials come to make you strong. Keep on believing. You keep holding on. Get ready. Get ready for your blessing. For your blessing. Get ready. Get ready for your miracle. For your miracle. Get ready for your blessing. God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. Everybody say that with me. God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. If you really believe it, God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. Come on. God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. Oh yeah. Come on. God's got a blessing. 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 With your name on it. With your name on it. God's got a blessing. 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 With your name on it. 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 How many know God's got a blessing with your name on it? Come on. Sing this with me. Come on, say it. God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. Everybody. God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. You say God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. Come on. Everybody say God's got a blessing. God's got a blessing. Come on, Jay. God's got a blessing. 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 With your name on it. With your name on it. God's got a blessing. 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 How about you? With my name on it. 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 With my name on it.
Okay.
Well. Y'all already know what time it is. It's Say It Ain't So time. And Jill says she has something that she got to tell us. Say It Ain't So. Come on, Jill.
Say It Ain't So. So our Say It Ain't So segment. Lord, in the land of war.
Jesus.
Oh Lord, they've been fighting for thousands upon thousands of years.
Man,
and
sure.
Say It Ain't So. We're still in the truce. And so we're going to continue praying and having our hands lifted up, our heads down, saying, God, you have your way. But the Say It Ain't So is I just feel like the war is still just ridiculous. It's an age-long fight in the same location. You've been fighting and fighting. This side got their truth to the story, and that side got their truth to the story.
Right.
And the current politicians, I believe with all my heart that this war was started to keep them in office. So it's political gain and financial gain, but at the end of the day, the truth is a sign of a good thing. So when I heard the news, I said, oh God, you're turning it around. You're turning it around, because there are innocent lives being slaughtered in this process because of pride and because of opportunity.
Yeah, power.
It's power. It's a power struggle. And so we just believe God for greater, that families will be restored even in all their massive loss. So our Say It So is just really a shout out to God, that you are turning this situation around. And God, we are going to continue to pray, as the scriptures tell us, if my people who are called by my name will just do what? Humble themselves and turn from their wicked ways. Turn from their wicked ways. Then he will hear from heaven, and he will do what? He will heal their land. And God, we need a healing over here in the United States. So
yeah, for sure.
At the end of the day, our Say It Ain't So segment is really just a shout out to the Lord, who is literally turning things around.
Amen. Because I think last Wednesday they just released 70 prisons that they had, and I don't know how many more they have, but we're trusting and believing God that everyone will be released.
Amen.
In Jesus' name, you all, because at the end of the day, we all need prayer. We got to continue to pray. The Bible says to pray without ceasing.
That's right.
And that's what we're going to do. We're going to believe that God is going to work it all out.
That's right.
So that's what we're going to stand strong on. We're going to believe it, and that everything will work out. Right.
Yeah. So we have to believe the power of prayer, And I think God will allow sometimes things to happen to get us to start praying, because we get caught up in self and get caught up in our efforts and our agendas, and we forget about God until trouble comes. That's when we start going, oh Lord.
Yeah.
But and it's unfortunate that we kind of neglect the Lord like that. It is what it is, and He knows His people.
well, that you said that, and that just reminds me of the word that I preached this Thanksgiving. Kingdom decisions, right? Our decisions that we make in life, they affect us for the rest of our lives, Absolutely. And like you say, when they had the pandemic, I think you mentioned it as well. I talked in my word about how the 3 years went by, and then I think that was God. She shut the whole world down, so you couldn't even go to church. I think you mentioned you couldn't even go anywhere, right? And so when it was time for the churches to come back and people to come back and go, they say that it's 76% of people that have not gone back to church.
Oh yeah.
And that is a great big number, you all. And a lot of it is because of the decision that we make in life. People have decided to not go back for whatever reason that is.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I also told somebody the other day too, I say, I hear people saying, well, I was church hurt, or this happened and that happened. I say, yeah, but you go back to that job that hurt you or done something to you. Listen. So don't.
You follow the word, not the man.
Exactly, absolutely, all the time. Because if that's the case, Jesus Christ wouldn't have got up on the cross for us, right? Especially, I don't know if I could have took it and went and got up on that cross when somebody spit on me.
It would have been over.
Man, I think I'd have been okay. You know what I'm saying? But hey, this is what we got to deal with, right? So that lets us know. Once again, I say a kingdom decision. Take an eye out of it and putting God in it.
That's
right. So that's how we move on. But
we're gonna say it ain't so.
Say it ain't so.
Saying peace in the land of turbulence. So we'll continue to pray. If you guys have prayer groups, God's in the midst of that large number of groups. I don't care if it's just 2 of you, keep them on your lips.
Absolutely.
And we're believing God for greater in those regions. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's get back to this chat. This has been a good chat tonight.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
Tonight. Well, you see this extraordinary, beautifully woman sitting on the side here, and you think we're talking about all glam, but we've been really, really diving into what it takes to be a great entrepreneur, the journey of entrepreneurship.
Yes.
We're also talking about, some personal tidbits like, how you have to have a work-life balance. Cam just shared with us that, time is very valuable to her, and so is family. And so, I want to ask that question, and how do you maintain or create work balance? Because it's a very demanding. I've been in a business, in the salon, hair business, beauty business for 30 plus years legally. And it is very easy to get caught up in the schedule. When the phone is ringing and they're calling, and it's not even just because you're chasing money, it's just that you love serving people. I love to service my clients. But when I look up, time would have passed.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And
the
I
whole day has gone
14, 16-hour day easy, and then come back the next day, time to make the donuts again.
Yeah.
So, and I openly admitted that I don't make time for my personal. And so after being seasoned and wounded, I got a new disposition. So Cam, chime in and let us know what do you do to create that work balance?
People need to know that.
Yeah.
That's important.
I prioritized me in a way I didn't prior to my dad's death. So right before he died, like I talked about earlier, it's easy to compare yourself. I was comparing myself to other service providers I saw on social media that, they got, the condo in the South Loop, or, they got the bags, they got the business, they got the classes, they got the nice car. And I remember just thinking to myself, now I will say this. I don't think I'm better than anybody, but I don't think anybody better than me. I don't think nobody better than me.
That's the mindset.
And I would tell myself, that girl got the same 24. She put on the pair of pants the same way I do.
Right.
And I took some business classes. I got a degree. I'm minoring in business. I know I'm good at this. I could have that. And so I was.
Girl,
I was really
look like your daddy over there.
I was
like your grandmama.
But like you said though, make the money and I didn't really get to know my grandmother that well. She passed when I was 7. I think 7 going on 8. And I was up under my granddad. Granddad was more, I guess you would say, little kid friendly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was just more patient, I think. So I don't really know her that well, but I definitely was at that time on, pick up the phone while it's ringing.
Yeah.
And I can remember, my dad worked for the post office. His only off day was Sunday, and Sunday is when I used to do my classes. At that time, I was charging maybe $500-$600 for a class. And if I could do 2 in a day, that's an easy $1,000.
Right.
So I was always rescheduling with him. Oh, Daddy, I got another class. I'm trying to get this shop. I've been talking to the landlord. He didn't gave me the keys. Like, about next month I'll be able to have my down payment. I gotta get this shop. Really, what I'm saying, he didn't realize it. I gotta get what I see everybody else have. So I would reschedule with him. And then when he passed, I remember thinking, had I known that I was running out of time. Now, see, I learned in that situation, I was always, because of my work ethic, because of my drive, and because, I have the grace and favor of God over me, I was always going to win, W-I-N. It was just a matter of win, W-H-E-N. I was always going to get, if I just would have, in my mind, I know we can't say woulda, shoulda, coulda, but I was making enough money, had enough clientele that I could have definitely, prioritize going out there a few Sundays. I was always still gonna get my keys. That was always in the plans. The way the trajectory was going. But had I known, that he was gonna pass suddenly, I would have, I wouldn't have rescheduled. And none of us know the time nor the hour.
That's right.
And people are. God loans us people.
Yes.
And one day we got to pay him back.
That's right.
And we're never going to know when that day is. So I just start moving differently. Now I will say it's sacrifice that comes with that.
Yes.
So when I decided that I was going to get serious about my health, and I was going to get serious about my peace, most importantly.
Come on. That's no man.
I changed my work schedule. So you can't book me. I used to work literally, like you said, get the money while the money going. I learned too, if you really want to go for, I guess I hate to say it like this, I'm a mature clientele. Let me use that word, mature. Those women like to get in and out.
Yes.
They got stuff to do. So if you
Right,
have
right.
a 6 a.m. appointment available,
right.
they're gonna take
Get
they
this.
not only are they gonna take it, but if you have a convenience fee attached with that, they don't mind paying it.
Yeah, and they're serious about that time. So you better show up.
Right.
In fact,
They
be
care.
early.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Be there early for them.
Exactly. And I learned that from Habiba.
Yeah.
Habiba used to, and I think she still does. Our cousin Habiba will still do certain clients at 5 a.m., 6 a.m.
Yeah.
And I used to think she was crazy. And I was her shampoo assistant. But at 15, 16, she was teaching me work ethic.
Work ethic.
That's it.
You get up.
Yeah.
And you get that money. Time is money. And we're in the service-based industry.
Mm-hmm.
And so I will say I have sacrificed making as much money as I could because I prioritized going to the gym, getting a trainer, you know, and that's become my piece. So you can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
But the goal is to sacrifice, not settle.
Yes.
I don't mind sacrificing a couple dollars for my health.
Right.
I gained a lot of weight when my father passed away. I gained a lot of weight. I was really depressed. And just getting back in the gym and just getting active has become like a sanctuary for me. It's a stress reliever. Right. You know, you look better, you feel better.
Those endorphins.
The endorphins.
Yeah, for sure.
I was so heavy that at one point, I remember them. I remember I just had real bad headaches, real bad headaches, and I would go to sleep and wake up, you know, and still have a headache. One day, my mom was like, you know, let me check your blood pressure. My blood pressure was through the roof. I'm 26, 27 years old. I'm not about to get on no high blood pressure medication, so I got to do something about this. So I got serious about going to the gym, and I started with my trainer 2 days a week. Train with Marissa. Shout out, follow Train with Marissa. 2 days a week. Then it went to 3. Then it went to 4. And now I'm still at 4, but I kind of go 5 or 6 on my own. I go like 2 extra days on my own. I prioritize my physical health, and also being in the service industry, I need my body.
Yes.
I use my body. I need my knees to work. I need my back. I need my wrist. I need to be able to stand up straight. Right. I need my body in a way that the average person, I'm not gonna say they don't need their body, because we all need our bodies, but it's certain things I think about. Yeah. I'm not gonna go skating, you know, on Thursday night at the rink. I can't take that risk. I can't take that risk.
But let me just tell you something.
Right.
I've dabbled in insurance, and what we don't do is we don't insure the things that make us money.
My hands aren't insured.
Your hands ought to be insured. Your legs need to have. You need to have long-term disability. Yeah, because you know this is our money making. If it's not working, you're not.
I can't get hurt.
People talk to me now about. I'll be talking to a lot of truck drivers. I say, man, I tell them about going to a chiropractor. It's important that we go to a chiropractor because my L5, I just went to my chiropractor and I found out that my disc by the L5 was open this much when it's literally supposed to be open this much. So basically she caught it before the gel goes away, and now I need surgery to straighten my spine up, right? Yeah. So I pay good money. I do I got 90 sessions that I do, and I go weekly. And as a truck driver, I have to have during a month, I need 2 massages to release all the pressure and stuff on my back because I'm sitting. You know,
I've learned to prioritize my family. I've learned to prioritize my health. So no, I'm not as available as I used to be to my clients. You used to be able to book me at 6 a.m.
Right.
You used to be able to book me at 9 p.m. I will say certain clients, if something's going on and they know they need me, you can reach out to me and I will accommodate you. But how I used to just for the masses, no, I'm not just available like that.
You might just say certain days I'll do it. And that just opens up the pool for those last minute people, but that's fine. But then those other days that, like you said, it's my sanctuary day or my devotion day. I have days where I have to just shut it off. Yeah, I need it for my mental balance.
Days. Yeah, sure. Like today, she had one today.
Hey, sexy, we saw you on
Monday is my off day.
Yeah, that's right.
Monday is my off day.
Right. The one thing about it, let me ask you this: how long ago did you lose your dad?
I lost my dad August 18th, 2021.
Okay.
I was 26 going on 27.
Right. And the reason I asked you to ask that is because I lost my mom in February of this year. And I tell people all the time, you know, to continue to go to press, you know what I'm saying, when you lose, because Jill, I was spoiled, right? So, I mean, people always talk about, they get at stories about how they had it rough and tough and all that type of stuff. That wasn't my testimony because my parents were well off, and my mom gave me my first $12,000 on my car wash at 16 years old. So I was blessed. And for me to lose my mom, I never thought I can get past that, right? And man, Huh? What she said? What she saying? Oh, you get shut up.
You talking to an only child. I'm an only child for both my parents. So yeah, I'm definitely spoiled with the capital S. But something really was funny when our last conversation I had with my dad. It was the day I signed my lease. So the day I signed my lease, the day I got my keys. Right. And me and my mom called him in the car. Right. And his voice was cracking. He was crying. He was emotional. He said, "Wow, if my mom was alive, because his mom was a salon owner who she worked with before. She was alive. She'd be so proud of you. Right. I'm so proud of you." And he said, "You know, if there's any way I can help you, I'm not gonna cry when I say this. I'm not gonna cry." Right. He said, "If there's any way I can help you," because I already know. He said, "If there's any way I can help you, I will." Yeah. And he told me he was proud of me, and then he said something that I thought was really strange. Wow. He said, "And if I'm not around to see all you become." Wow. And all you accomplish, I want you to keep going forward. Yeah. And I thought that was so odd. Yeah. And it did not sit right with me because here we are celebrating. And why are you talking like you ain't gonna be here? So I called him back a couple hours later. Before I called him, I said, "Mommy," even though my parents never got married, they were great co-parents. And matter of fact, my mom spoke at his funeral. My mom spoke at his funeral, and if it wasn't for her, just helping me with estate planning and all of that, and just I don't know where I would be mentally, but I asked my mom. I said, "Mommy, you know, you and Daddy talk all the time," because they talk all the time. They were best friends, and co-conspirators. And I said, "Mommy, is Daddy sick? Is something wrong with Daddy?" And she said, "No, why you say that?" I said, "You know, earlier, you know, he said, you know, I'm not around to see all you become, all you accomplish. Like that don't sit right with me." Yes. What's wrong? Let's call him back. So I called him back. Maybe like 4 hours later, and he said, I called him back and I said, "Daddy, what's wrong?" And I'm fine. I said, "Daddy, what's wrong?" And he was like, "Nothing. Why do you think something wrong?" I said, "Well, because what you said earlier, you know, none of us know the time or the hour, you know, and if anything happens to you, you know, what's gonna happen to you? You okay? Don't play like that." And then he said, "None of us know the time or the hour." That's right. That's what he said. He said, "Baby, none of us know the time or the hour, and death is all around us. Look at the year we've had in 2020. Look at the year we've had in 2021. Look at all the people we lost. You know, nothing's wrong. I'm fine. Right. And what I said is still true. If anything happens to me, you got to keep moving forward with your life. If anything happens to your mother, you got to keep moving forward with your life." And as an only child, I don't think I think people always say, you know, the same stuff. They spoil and they get a lot of love. They get a lot of attention. Right. But your parents, when you're only child, are not just your parents. They are everything. Everything, yeah. They're your I don't want to say they're your friends, but they're your playmates. Yeah. They're your chauffeurs, your caretakers, your cooks, your therapists. They are everything. Yeah. And to lose one of them, you know, I thought I could never recover from it. So like to see me living my life now, content creating, going to the gym, and just moving through my life, moving forward. Right. I know I'm doing what my father told me to do. Literally, his last instructions to me was to keep moving forward. Right. That's crazy that you shared that because I remember like yesterday, actually, and God knows, that Friday, I was supposed to go to the auto show with my boys, my sons and my grandsons. We were all supposed to go to the auto show, but I got caught at a customer in Waukegan, and I couldn't make it back. My daddy lived in Waukegan. Wow. He had a house in Waukegan. Yeah, I got caught at a customer in Waukegan, so I didn't make. Long story short, I didn't make it back because technically I was supposed to go to the auto show, and then I was supposed to stay at my mom's house. Well, my mom's at my mom's house. The room that I would have been in, I actually probably would have heard her when she fell, right? Because she, now check this out. Now, like you say, they know, right? Because my mom, literally, when we got my mom home, she was in a facility. We got her home, and she would not go in the bed for nothing. My wife will, because my wife is a caregiver, so she would argue with her every day about Mama going to the bed and you know getting out of her recliner that we bought. So then that particular Friday, my wife said she didn't have to argue with my mom or nothing. She went and got in the bed and everything and sat down. And that whole day she told my wife, I'm not hungry. I don't want anything. I'm fine. And then so my wife said when she went back there, she gave her the biggest hug, right? So, and she hugged her and she said,
did you cancel? Because she was supposed to go to some doctor's appointments that Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
She told me why. She said, so did you cancel the doctor's appointments? And my wife was like, yeah, whatever, mama, like that, right? And she said, you fired. She fired my wife. Yeah. And my wife said she just thought everything was strange. So my wife left. Long story short, my dad wound up, she wanted her favorite food. She wanted the T-bone steak and potato. So my dad fixed that for her. She had that. And I didn't make it. And man, I remember like yesterday, first 30 in the morning.
Yeah.
My son called. He said, Dad, they're working on Granny.
Yeah.
And man, I jumped. We got in the car and he jetted out. And by the time I had already knew she was gone because I was supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And the point is what's going on is that if it was up to me, Mom would still be here.
Yeah.
But Mom was ready.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that they make up in their mind. You know what I'm saying? We just have to. So I guess I say this to say that I'm feeling you, what you're saying, because at the end of the day, no matter what type of money that we make and the decisions, once again, it's kingdom decisions that we make in life, we can't get the time back. Yeah. So spend all the time that you can with Mama. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe in my heart's heart, if my sister and some of us known that Mom was going to leave here, you would have tried to spend more time with her. Yeah. So now with my dad, we try to spend more. We spend time.
So you're more conscious of it.
Absolutely.
And I mean, for your sibling, your parents that's alive,
so you don't chase.
You should be doing more. Like I moved all the way back home to spend time with my mama. Now I don't know if that was the best move in the world.
But it put things back in the perspective.
She's watching, but
what's important?
What was important is making sure she was okay.
The guy that closed my father's funeral, he did the eulogy. He was a friend of my father's, and something he said.
Bishop Walker. Bishop Walker.
I think so. It was something he said. Something he said that stuck with me. You know, at the time I'm depressed. I'm sad.
Right.
I didn't realize our family was deep in, I guess, Church of God in Christ.
Yeah.
And I think this is after y'all was shouting at the funeral. I didn't know that.
Because it's a celebration. We've been born again.
Right.
This is not sorrow.
Right.
We know where he's going.
Somebody should have sent me a note.
Come on now. She just said she over at New Life. I know she gonna learn.
I'm depressed. Y'all in front of my daddy casket. They shouting.
Right, but what's going on? Right.
But I understand now at the time that it was a celebration of life. But something that Pastor Walker said, Bishop Walker said, he said, death isn't, he said, funerals aren't for the dead.
It's for the living.
It's for the living.
Yeah. Because when you are in God, you have a place. You have a place over in Zion. And it's mine, all mine. That's what old school was singing. You have a place to go. So you look at death differently when you know you have done the work on this side.
That's what I'm doing.
So you like, look, and I'm going over there to do what I'm supposed to. That's easy breezy.
Right.
Then here's the trouble side.
Yeah.
But we know that if you guys are watching, and I thank you, Craig, because you said that that energy that she has, she's passing it on to her clients, and it's so needed. I really appreciate that comment.
Great.
Because when we work. The Bible says work like you're working unto God. So God gave you the talent. You work unto God because God is where your resources, your blessings are going to come from.
Right.
And tonight, look, guys, you guys have been a pleasure. We're almost out of time. It's been a pleasure chatting. I told Cammy, I said that 1 hour goes by real fast.
I want to say this though too. Man, this Friday we got a family friend. I went to go pay my respects to Reverend Cherry. He's one of our family member reverends, right? So I went to go pay my respects to him. He like 90 something, right? So I'm up there and I'm viewing, and I said, man, Reverend Cherry, I'm so sorry for your loss. He checked me. He was like, he said, no. He said, yeah. They call me Biddy. That's my nickname, Biddy. Yeah. So he said, Biddy. He said, she's not lost. We know where she at.
Yeah, that's right.
He said, no, this game. She where we trying to go. I was like, you know what? Reverend Cherry, thank you.
Yeah.
He said, because this is not lost. No, we know where she going. He said, we need to pray for them people that's lost. You know what I'm saying? They don't know where they're going. I said, okay, Reverend Cherry, thank you. So, and it make a lot of sense. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, man, when you doing eulogies and stuff like that, you can go into a real dark space.
Yeah.
But now when I do them, I'm a much more upbeat You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, Cammie,
But God
thank you
be
for
the glory.
coming
Yeah,
out
yeah,
tonight.
yeah.
It was a
Happy to be
fun
here.
pleasure hanging with
oh
Thanks
you.
for
yeah,
having
absolutely, man. It
And
was awesome.
listen, you close out all the time saying what?
Huh?
What's your favorite?
Well, hold on, where we at?
We
Oh,
close.
we got one more minute. We got 1 more minute. So before we go though, we got a Cammie, right? Cammie, did I get it right?
Cameron.
Cameron. Okay, so what we're gonna do is you all, I'm definitely gonna have her back again. If she'll come back, we'll have her come back and she'll be a part of Penelope's Connection Corner. Because, like I said, we see Latrice out there and others gonna want her services. So when we hook up that Penelope's Connection Corner, we will have her in there as well, and you'll be able to see her products and services and what she offers as well. Y'all know how we do it before we get out of here. It's always piece of hair grease, much love, and we out of here.
Good night, y'all.
Yep. So y'all already know the brush. The brush is in need tonight. We had another good show. Come on now, y'all see that hair standing up?
Cammie, I'm gonna have you come back for my segment all by myself, so we can talk some girly things. We can't do that in front of the elder. All the ladies,
right,
y'all
right.
come back and
Coffee
join
and conversation.
us. Talk
So
about these
yeah.
waxings that we need. Good night, y'all.
Right, amen. And there go Mom's right there.
I see you.
She
Hey,
came
Ma.
in. Hey, Ma.
So it was good. I hope to see you guys next week on Monday, as always, at 7 o'clock.
Views made on the preceding program are not those of WVTC Radio, iNetworks Communications, or their financial supporters.
Winning victory through Christ. WVTC Allsip Chicago.